get into it, just start talking.
No, 100%. I mean, if anything, we could start talking, but since this is the first episode, I would like to introduce ourselves. My name is Kevin de Oliva. I'm a realtor here in Denver, Colorado. Here's my partner, Brian. I'll let him introduce himself.
Yeah, of course, I'm Brian Hackis. You can say that differently, but just started in the business. I don't know if you could hear me, but anyways, just started in the real estate business. It's been 4 months now.
Yeah, so he's been doing it for, I said, like 3 months.
All right, I didn't get my license till 3 months ago,
Type shit.
but I've been doing the school. I've been learning about, real estate.
Yep. But, I mean, slowly Brian is realizing that real estate is harder than it seems, all right?
I think everybody realizes that once they actually get into the game, and that's why many people quit.
I think you gotta talk closer to. Am I talking too close to the mic?
I don't know. I hear you clearly.
All right.
I think I do need to talk closer.
Yeah, I was gonna
Hey,
say.
it's first podcast. All right. Cut us a break.
We're learning right now, but hey, we're here to have a good time. If anything, we're not here to tell you guys about our jobs, or we're not here to tell you about real estate. We're not telling you anything. All right? We're right here. We're just having a conversation about things in life that's about to happen. You know what I mean? So, if anything, I mean, why not start about politics?
Yeah, I mean, this podcast is gonna be about just about casual talk.
Hold on, but usually in podcasts, what the fuck? Like, what would we talk about? Because we're not like
current events basically. But sure, we could start off with politics. I mean, we work with economics basically, right, with the market.
You know why I said you know why I said that though?
Why?
Jaden Smith, Will Smith.
Oh, the
son?
wife?
No, the son,
okay.
the rapper. Basically, he was like, man, why can't we stop this and talk about politics and the state of form of our economy right now? You know what I mean? In the podcast, you know what I mean? So that's why we don't gotta talk about politics. I honestly don't know a lot about politics, but we could try. Shit.
Yeah, I mean, it's a very controversial topic,
And I feel like a lot of people are gonna take offense of my point of view. You know what I mean? They're gonna be like, okay, guys, I ain't gonna lie, I'm a Trump supporter.
Here's the thing, though, right? We're just explaining our true selves, right? We're being honest and direct because we're the young people. This is what we think, and we're gonna tell you why. Obviously, we're not gonna be like Trump supporter.
And that's it, you know what I mean? Nah, let me tell you why I'm a Trump supporter, though, alright? That motherfucker real, bruh. I remember when he first started and all that, I was like, bruh. Because I'm Mexican, so I'm like, hey, yo, protect the beaners. But that motherfucker made some points, and, like, as you grow up, you realize that, the points that he makes for the economy, I mean, it's a better way to run the economy, run the states. And, like, it's just, I don't know, you've never seen a better economy with another president, you know what I mean?
I mean, the COVID pandemic did hit when he was president, and that kind of fucked things up. But this is not a PG-13 podcast, by the way. This is a rated R podcast.
100%. If you're under the age of 18, be aware. This is your advice.
You've been warned. But anyways, moving forward, politics is really confusing at the end of the day.
Honestly, there's bad in everybody, but there's good in everything. You know what I mean? Like, don't get me wrong, Biden isn't the president that I wish he was, but yeah. I mean, I can't even name a thing he did right, right?
You just can't deny it, bro. Like, he looks like a robot, talks like a robot. It's not about him being a bad person or anything. He's incapable of the job, and as a president,
I feel like he got elected just because everybody at the time felt like voting for him was right. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
But if it was now, again, I feel like Trump would win.
But
yeah, 100%.
Here's why, because
everybody knows the facts now.
The election was during the pandemic, right? 2020. Everything was going rough. Trump was, of course everything was bad during the pandemic. Everything was bad during the pandemic. The economy, the
economy was actually doing good in the pandemic.
But in a way it wasn't, though, because, we were giving out stimulus checks. That's
There's a lot of
inflation.
The highest amount of unemployment in that time.
But point is, if it wasn't for the pandemic, I think, Trump would have been looked at better because, I don't know. If it wasn't for the pandemic, I feel like a lot of people didn't vote for him that year just because he didn't know how to handle the pandemic.
But the pandemic, yeah, I guess you're right in the sense of that because people would blame it on him. People always need somebody to blame
I mean, I blame Trump, when the pandemic started. To be fair,
but it's not his fault though. You know what I mean? It's not like he caused the disease. It's not like he's the one hanging out with everybody. He's not like let's say he was hanging out with some people. He's not the main reason why there's like millions of COVID cases at that time. You know what I mean?
I mean, many people would argue against that, though. No, I agree with you, right? But this is why many people.
Hold on, get a little closer to the mic.
Many people would argue against that just because. What did you say?
So basically, I said like millions of people. I kind of forgot too, so I'll just go a little bit back. So a lot of millions of people were going against and blaming Trump for COVID, because they needed somebody to blame,
Okay.
But COVID has nothing to do with Trump, since Trump he's not the one controlling the virus.
He wasn't the one controlling the virus, but he was the one controlling, how much it spread, how much tests.
How is he the one controlling how much it spread when we're the ones going out and having parties and having fun and shit, hanging out with friends, hanging out with families, traveling still, That's not, he doesn't control our actions, He's not Kim Jong-un or whatever.
Well, we were on lockdown. We were on lockdown.
We were, but nobody listened to it. Bro,
all right. Many shops were closed. You know that. Everything was closed.
Okay.
School was closed. The country was shut down.
No
one would go out. It would be a crime to go out.
From that point of view, yes, you have a point in the fact of like businesses shut down and like yes, everything was slow. But that doesn't change the fact that people were hanging out with people. You know what I mean?
I would disagree. I don't think they were.
I'm one of the people. I ain't gonna lie. All right, I'm one of the people that was always partying and shit during COVID. I went to a few parties.
And the owners that lived there, were they okay with it? Because
everyone was okay.
Home.
Everybody was okay with it, bro. But think about it like this: everybody there didn't give a fuck about COVID.
Sorry.
You know what I mean? Like think about, like, for example, I don't know about you guys. I'm 21, right? At the time, I was 19, 18. So basically, I mean, you didn't give a fuck. You know what I mean? You're like, hey, it affects old people. Fuck them old people. Let's go out. Why am I going to let some old people die and let me have fucking not fun? You know what I mean?
Not the beginning of the argument, man. You have the vaccine.
Alright, yeah, fuck the vaccine. Jobs. I ain't gonna lie, I was kind of forced into the first, 2 vaccines, but after that, I was like, what the fuck?
I had one vaccine, but it was the ones where you had to take 2 after the first one. 2 weeks later, you had to take another one.
Fuck that shit, bro.
So, I took that one. But like he said, I was forced because I was going to college. I was going to Regis. Fuck Regis. And they were like, if you don't get the COVID shot, then we can't give you education. And, many people saw that as, taking the rights away of freedom,
Hold up, so Regis was forcing you to get the COVID shot?
Yeah.
For real?
Yeah, if you wanted to attend in-person classes.
Oh, okay, but so if you were online, you didn't have to do that?
I can't really remember if, we were forced to go in person, because everyone was in person, Not just Regis, bro, not just the college boarding, right? You have companies, you have the military, where if you didn't get the shot, you were out.
Damn.
And that's the military.
Is that still right now?
No. People just forgot about it right now. Come on. When was the last time you seen it on the news?
It's crazy how fast, everybody forgot about COVID. You know what I mean? It was a big thing for years. It was for 2 years.
It was everything, actually.
Yeah, for the 2 years. And then after that, it was nothing.
And it ruined a lot of things.
Nah, there's another thing that was going on during that time. What was it? During the COVID? What was
the presidential election.
Oh,
no, not just that. I'm wrong. It was George Floyd, the Black Lives Matter protest.
Oh, yo, I remember that. Damn,
and that's when we were in lockdown, and people were protesting.
See, everybody was
hanging out.
I remember everybody was doing the riots and everything, bro. Everybody was going crazy and breaking down into stores and shit.
It's crazy. They stole cars from dealerships, dude. And that was by far the craziest thing I've ever saw on the internet. Because, there's these people in I think it happened in New York. They just broke into a dealership. I don't know what
They
dealership.
Did they take the cars?
They took the cars.
Damn, how did they take the cars?
Dude, I guess they just went in, found the keys. You know, they have keys somewhere.
They just keep them there in the open and shit.
Maybe not in the open. I think they looked.
Okay.
But it was legal because
I know who you're talking about because I think an employee used to work there and he found the keys and then
that's all you needed.
Yeah, when he no.
It's a liability.
The employee knew where the keys were, so he told the whole gang. You know what I mean? Like, hey, bro, the fucking keys are right here. Let's fucking just take the whips. I remember that.
Wouldn't they get caught though? I feel like these new cars have trackers. GPSs.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, I heard that all cars have trackers after like the year 2010.
But
I don't know.
No.
Like, because you know how a lot of cars are automatic now and like they have the chip and shit?
Yeah, that's why many people are scared of Teslas and all these electric vehicles. They're afraid of that chip is just going to shut down their car during a police pursuit or if you didn't keep up with payments, you know?
Hold up, but if it was a police pursuit, right, wouldn't it be better for them to stop?
It would be better for them to stop, but at the same time, that cuts your freedom. Some dumb shit that I'm saying, but
keep in mind, let's say you're fucking in a speed chase with the police. You're not going 40, 50 miles an hour. You know what I mean?
You're running.
You're fucking stabbing on that hole. You know what I mean? So you're like 120, you know what I mean, 150.
Well, yeah, however fast your car is.
Yeah, mine goes 120, so I'm sorry if I
in a cop car.
people that goes like 170.
You should not run away from cops, man. You should not run away from cops. 120,
I encourage it. Better run.
Disclaimer.
Watch people start running away from cops because of me. Fuck. You know what I mean?
But, no, yeah, I mean, finish with your example. What would happen?
What was I saying?
If you were in a pursuit, right?
Alright, so look, if you're in a pursuit, alright, and you wouldn't go fucking 40, 50, right? You would be going top speed, obviously, which increases your chance of accident. You know what I mean? It doesn't 100%. Mean you're only going to be in highway. Obviously, you try to evade the cops and shit. So most likely, an accident is going to happen. You know what I mean? No. Look. I'm not gonna say like there's been some cases. No. There's some cases where people do get away. You know, you wouldn't be one of them. Don't get me wrong, but. But, I mean, the chances of an accident happening and you just dying from it, it's just not worth it. Or just injuring yourself or some shit, or like just we're at a point where it's just worse than what it would have been if you would have just stopped.
I mean, many people consider it running away from the cops worth it now, just because after a certain while, they discontinue the pursuit.
But wouldn't they keep your information on record?
Plates, but how could they prove that you were the driver? You know what I'm saying? That's what people think about, and that's what's been happening. Actually, they just discontinue pursuits, you know, just because it's too dangerous.
So after how long do they discontinue the suits? Like
I'm not sure. I think it's a certain amount of speed. You know, if they're going like 140, you know, like damn, that's too fast. You know, just stop now. Make them slow down too.
So 140 is around like.
Well, I'm not sure. I'm just saying that's. I don't know. I don't want to say something and not be true, you know?
100%. Is this still recording?
But it's because I've seen so many YouTube videos online, and I've seen, like, how people are complaining that cops are not complaining. Cops are complaining, actually, because it was in law that if someone runs away, you can't chase them.
That's it for you're in a motorcycle, though. Because if you're in a motorcycle,
in Texas, 2024, that was the new law. If you're involved in street racing or if you run away from cops, they just discontinue the pursuit. I hear myself, so like I feel like I'm fine.
My fault. It's the first podcast.
Anyways, all right.
But if it's a car, I feel like if it's a car, no matter what, they continue the pursuit. No. If it's a motorcycle, then they don't continue the pursuit, just because they know that a motorcycle most likely would die in a car accident. As to where if you're in a car accident, like an actual car, you wouldn't really be in a life and death situation. You know what I mean? you are risking your life.
You always will.
Yeah, you're risking your life, but don't get me wrong, your chances of dying are way less than if you're in a motorcycle.
Yeah, I guess that's true. You know, one wrong move on a motorcycle, one pothole.
Yeah. Have you seen that video of the guy like that was getting pulled over from the police and the motorcycle just dipped and like not literally like 5 minutes later he crashed and died?
Yeah.
He died.
It was in broad daylight, wasn't it?
He died, bro. Like, and that's the reason.
That's crazy.
You know what's crazy though? I think the cop wasn't even going to chase him.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
That's true. I mean,
and so he died literally for no reason.
He just wasn't paying attention. I feel like you have to watch your every move, bro.
Nah. So what happened was that he was driving and the car literally came across, like, it's like a stop sign. You know what I mean? It's like an intersection stop sign.
Obviously.
Obviously, he's running away from the cops. You know what I mean? But the other person, bro, keep in mind, he's running away from the cops. Like I said, when you're running away from the cops, you're going top speed. You know what I mean?
Safely, you could go faster, but if you go faster,
but think about it like this: if you're going, like, when you're going like 150, like a bike could reach 150 easily. You know what I mean? No doubt. 150 going, and like you're at a stop sign, right? Where it's a four stop sign intersection.
Right.
You're going because you don't see nobody, and if you're going 150 miles plus an hour, you won't see them, and you start going. You know what I mean? By the time you stop, or like by the time you see them coming across the street in the neighborhood or some shit, you're dead. You know what I mean? Because like the time to react, like let's say they stop, right? But they already start going. They're gonna stop halfway, right?
Yeah, that's if it's too late, right?
That's if it's too late.
Right.
But you're going 150. They're going like 10 miles an hour. Who's gonna beat you to the destination to the middle? You know what I mean?
Okay. Well, I mean, that's why, just be careful, dude. There's a four-way stop sign. Fucking slow down. Let the cops catch up. All right? Let the cops catch up, bro. Go on the side of whatever. Do what you need to do. But it's not worth, obviously, dying, right?
That's what I'm saying.
Slow down and continue on, brother.
And exactly. That's exactly what I'm saying, because, like, it's not worth your life.
Don't do that, pull over.
Pull over. It's not worth risking your life. All right.
It's just I'm arguing for the people that will argue with me on this topic.
Look, all I'm saying is $150 is worth paying with your life.
$150, where are you getting that number from?
I don't know. I'm just assuming it's $150.
For what? A fine or
for like a ticket?
For running away from the cops?
Shit, wouldn't you go to jail?
Yeah.
See, going to jail is way better than fucking dying. All right, because at that point you could even prove your innocence.
That's true. You could get out.
Get out easily.
And,
you know what I mean?
I've heard some stories from jail. I heard it's not that bad.
You might even like it. You might even want to stay. You're welcome. We got your perfect home. You know what I mean?
You're gonna have to edit this out, Kevin.
I don't know how to edit that. Burp out while I was speaking, but just mute the whole sentence.
Hey, it's a brand new podcast, right? First episode, so I know I may not be talking to the mic. I probably shouldn't be talking this close.
No, well, look how close I'm talking to the mic.
You know I hear you perfectly fine, though. I feel like you're fine.
Thank you. And I feel like you're fine when you're a little bit closer, like that. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, as long as you hear me, that's the point. We're having a conversation here.
100%.
I wish these were noise canceling, because you would only hear me based on what the viewer would see, or not see here.
Well, I do. I can't hear you. Like when you talk, I can't hear you. I can only hear you when you're on the mic.
Really?
Yeah, really.
Am I having these headphones wrong? Because I hear you. I hear you twice.
For real? So am I delayed or not delayed?
No. Well, I hear you in real life right now.
You hear me right now? Am I speaking too loud or some shit?
No.
Okay. Interesting.
I hear this more than real life.
Okay.
This is a stupid segment.
My fault. I'll just take it.
Which I feel like we've been talking about Prestige for too long. It's getting boring.
Yeah, we're talking about COVID forever, bro.
Yeah, I mean, let's move on to the next topic.
Yeah, fuck COVID.
What's been happening
about
lately?
Bitches.
All right, Kevin.
Oh, fuck, this shit started hitting.
He's single, that's why. Hit him up.
I'm fucking sad and lonely, guys. Fuck, bro.
Yeah.
Suck my.
Hey, dude, we can't vote for Trump, bro. Colorado was like, now you're not on the ballot.
Wait, what?
Colorado.
We can't vote for Trump?
Colorado and, Maine, the state
Yeah.
up north, they removed Trump from the ballot. So they were like, you're disqualified from our state.
So we literally can't vote for Trump.
I'm not going to say that now because, it has to get approved by, I think it's going to the Supreme Court.
Is the new elections this year or what?
2024.
For real?
Better register.
This year?
Better register because we need better economics.
Trump.
Like, just because we work in selling houses, we need better economics, and Trump is a businessman, and I feel like he's capable of the job than crooked Joe Biden that acts like a robot. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, what does Joe Biden do for us, bro?
People will say, oh, he's lowered our gas price. It's $2 right now.
Bro, that shit was barely like 2 weeks.
Oh, I let the immigrants come in, which a lot of people the Mexicans will vote for Joe Biden just for that reason, right?
Yeah, but that's crazy because it's true, bro. You know how many 2 million. Not Mexicans.
No, I think it's 3 million.
No.
To be fact checked.
That I don't know how much. You know what I mean? I know it's in millions. You know what I mean? But you know how many people have immigrated over here? Like, don't get me wrong. I come from immigrants. My family's immigrant and all that. Don't get me wrong. But
yeah, 100%.
But damn, bro.
I mean,
there's 50 states. Why the fuck y'all coming over here? You know what I mean?
I'm putting my hand over this. Anyways,
yeah.
I get what you were saying. In fact, I don't know if you guys be watching. Well, not watching. I don't know if you guys are from Denver or not, but on Alameda and where was it? Where that Denny's is.
Oh, Alameda Medicine?
Yeah, right there today. We were at today going to a listening appointment. We saw a bunch of... Well, I saw a bunch of people.
A lot of Venezuelans, bro.
Venezuelans. What is that thing called where you wash your windshield at the gas station? Dip it in that liquid.
Yup.
They all had
that squeegee?
Yeah, they all had that. And so I was like...
Hey, don't get me wrong, though. Look. And correct me if I'm wrong. I respect that more than those homeless motherfuckers just asking for money.
Oh yeah, if you're that's that's like the next level, right?
100%.
You're not doing anything if you're homeless and you're just sitting there looking pretty. Well, you're not looking pretty, but
low-key they are though. I mean, they expect to get paid based off of them holding the sign. You know what I mean? And don't get me wrong. I understand you might have gone through some things to get to that situation, but trust me, there's things you could do, literally actively do instead of just standing there.
Always make the best move.
Exactly, you know what I mean?
Always the best move. It's like chess, and I'm quoting controversial name, so you might need to bleep it out. But Andrew Tate says the same thing.
I fuck with him.
Yeah, I mean, there's always the best move, right? You could be the lowest of the lows that you've ever been in your life, but guess what? There's always a best move.
I say it's up to one person, to your own self, to make that shit happen. You know what I mean? Because, for example, I always tell you, you know what I mean? Look, nobody's gonna have your back more than you. You know what I mean?
No
for
one's
example,
coming for you.
Let's say,
no one's coming for you. Oh, I hear a vacuum.
Oh, me too.
Green lady comes up. Oh, we should ask her to come on the podcast.
Oiga, venga.
Siéntate.
No, but I mean, it really going back to what we were talking about, though. I mean,
yeah. I mean, what were we talking about?
I don't know, bro. I forgot where I was gonna cut it.
Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna go to the next segment. Like we said, we're new to this, so we like to.
We're very open, you know what I mean?
And it gets honestly, boring, so we have to move on, right? So let's move on.
Correct. Yup. We speak our opinion and we just speak what's in our thoughts.
Hey, and keep in mind, leave your comment. We would love to, talk about whatever you comment about, our opinions about it. We're really open and we're just trying to explore the world and just know everything,
Honestly, it'd be nice to have some guests here and
And we will definitely.
100%, we will. 100%. This is our first podcast.
Would you say that we would have real estate podcast soon because I would like to invite, we're real estate agents. We have a management broker. And, it'd be pretty cool if we had someone, the top dog in our podcast.
So you're talking about top dog in real estate or talking about our managed broker?
Top dog within our,
Our brokerage?
our coworkers, like.
All right. Because I was
We've
going
been
to say,
given this opportunity to
top
buy
dog
him.
in real estate? I don't even know that motherfucker, bro. I was going to say, top dog in real estate is like somebody probably like, we don't even know.
He's unknown, yeah,
Yeah,
probably unknown.
those guys are making millions of dollars a day. You know what I mean? Not a day, but let's say like a month or some shit. I don't know.
And that could be you.
Millions of dollars a month, millions of dollars a month. That's a lot for me to comprehend. You know what I mean? So that's why I say millions. I don't know if it's more.
$1 million a month. You know how fast $1 million goes away?
Exactly. You know how much harder it is to make $1 million? I mean, how much harder. You know how much harder it is to make $1 billion than $100? It takes you forever. $100? What the fuck? I mean $1 billion. I mean $1 million.
I was about to say, I'm kind of confused. I mean, we can move on to the next topic, right? We could talk about money because, let's be honest, most people are striving for money, right? We go to work for money. We go to school to get educated, to work at a job for money.
And the crazy thing is that people don't understand the money's everywhere.
That's true. I mean, most people think money's in education,
And that's nice because that's what we're brought up to believe. You know what I mean? And a lot of people really be like, oh my God, I need to get a good education to get a good job, to get a high paying job and all this and that. But the money comes when you actually start your business and shit. You know what I mean? When you actually start meeting people and you start actually talking to people and providing a service that they need. You know what I mean? No matter what the service is, it could be whatever you like. You know what I mean? A motherfucker could like petting ponies. You know what I mean? And you can make a living out of it. You just gotta know the right people to talk to. You gotta know about who to reach out to. You gotta know your market. You gotta know your competition. You gotta know where to get the leads. For me, I feel like money's everywhere. You know what I mean? You can make money out of anything.
Absolutely. Money is everywhere.
That's what I'm saying. It doesn't matter what you want to do. I'm not here to be like, oh, real estate is the way to go. Real estate is the only way to go. Nah, bro. There's a bunch of ways to go.
I mean, can you think something that's not money?
Nah, everything's money.
Everything is
Think
money.
about it like this. The mics we're using is money. The fucking table we're using is money. And it's not even just the mics. You know what I mean? Bro, when you're talking about the mics, it's about this little fibro, whatever the thing is called, the wire. Do you think the same company? Do you think the same company makes all of it?
No, they definitely use other parts from other companies, right?
Exactly.
Like every other company, right?
Exactly.
Ford, the number one American truck, only 38% of their parts are American made.
There you go.
So
it comes to show that, you know what I mean? You can make money out of anything. It's just about finding the right people, finding the right
price too. That's why we fucking trade with China, right? So it's cheaper.
Yeah, that's facts. That's facts.
And that's just economics right there. And us as real estate agents, we deal a lot with economics, I would say. It is important for our jobs.
Loki, look, I know this podcast isn't about our business and whatnot. This is just for fun and all that.
Yeah.
But I want to hold up. I want to make something clear. All
right, go over it.
Something I hate about this business, bro, and something that really does irritate me, and I'm pretty sure that you've seen it already during our appointments that we've had, is that there's a lot of people that tell you what you want to hear. You know what I mean? There's not a lot of people that tell you the truth, and there's a saying that goes, I'd rather hurt you with the truth than comfort you with a lie. You know what I mean? And I guess I go through that too much, because I fucking hate lying to homeowners. I hate lying to them. Because I know they're going to be my client, and I know I want to get that deal done. You know what I mean? I want to get them to where they want to be, and I want to give them the sources that they need,
And let me ask you this. You said that you hate lying to them, right? And, we've seen those agents lie to a lot of people.
100%. They buy the listing.
That's how they get their contracts. Why is that important to be truthful, And
that's the same question I asked myself, because I realized that we lose a lot of business not being truthful. But at the same time, I don't know. That's the thing. You know what I mean? It's like, would you rather greed be your motivator, or like honesty and like truthfully and like having a business that is what it says it is be? You know what I mean? So for me, it's like, would I rather lie just to get the listing, just to have another listing under my name, or would I actually tell them the information they need to hear? And if they accept it, they accept it. But if they don't, then they could go with another person and learn the hard way. You know what I mean? And we've seen that. I mean, we've seen homeowners cry in front of us because of that. You know what I mean? We've seen homeowners cry because they need to sell. They got promised. They got promised by another agent that, hey, I know your house could sell for way more. Knowing damn well there's no comps to prove that their house would sell for way more, they still put it on the market for that much. You know what I mean? And guess what? They lose a lot of time, a lot of money, and a lot of patience. Honestly, it takes a lot of patience to sell a house. But if done right, you will sell the house right away. You know what I mean? If given the right information, if given the information we're giving you now, you know what I mean? If you earn that business, you know what I mean? Tell me, why wouldn't they refer you to another person in the future? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like many people fall into that trap because they obviously want the most amount of money, right? So if they
100%.
hear from an official agent that, oh, we're gonna get you this, I'm an agent, I know what I'm doing, they're obviously gonna go with them, right?
Yeah.
They're gonna go with you, and when you're telling them, oh, no, we're doing like 30% lower, maybe 30%, But
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying.
And that's where I get to the point
That's
where
a
it's like
sad reality.
lying sometimes, like, it's beneficial for the other people, because for us, I don't know, bro. I be telling the truth, you know what I mean? And like,
You have to, man. I mean, it's an act of faith to tell the truth, right?
yeah,
I mean, I don't know if people are religious, right? I don't even know if you are, but I certainly am, and I feel like if you do the right thing, God is always watching. He will reward you you know, with what you've been trying to achieve, with luck, I guess.
100%. You know what I mean? And like, if you're bad things are gonna happen. I believe in karma.
Yeah, I do too,
I believe in karma, and
People are
I believe in that.
people are in their lives because what they did. They're where they're at because it's what they deserve, right? It's just a reality. It's a fact.
I also believe it's because it's what they just like choose to be at.
I mean, it goes back to them doing,
You know what I mean? Like, for
it's
example,
their own actions.
exactly, it's their own action that led them to that. And I feel like if you are in that position, you yourself put yourself in that position.
Yeah.
You know what I
I
mean?
mean, that's true. I mean, it's hard to believe, but you are at where you're at because of you. It is
Well,
100% your fault.
yeah, I mean, give me example of where successful people haven't been successful because, well, don't give me, never mind, because there's some rich motherfuckers that just get it because they're rich parents or something like that. You know what I mean? But
Politicians.
politicians. No, but if you think about it, bro, like the self-made millionaires, you know what I mean? What qualities do they have?
Everything, bro, because they came from nothing. They have discipline. They've suffered, they've gone through pain just for that, and that's what builds them. You
Exactly.
know, you have to fail in order to succeed. And, I'm always going to remember that, when I fail, I take it as a lesson.
And I'm not saying that you don't fail, because I know you fail a lot. You know what I mean?
All right.
Hold on, chill out. I'm not saying it in a bad way, like every single time you fail,
Everyone does.
it's for a good way. You know what I mean? Like, I see you improving and shit and all that, but don't get me wrong, you still be failing.
I think everyone fails.
100%. I'd be failing too. You know what I mean? I accept that I'd be failing, like, I feel like there's some things I could be doing better.
But it's
you know what I
good. But it's good. I don't look at it as a bad way. I'm like, fuck, man, I failed. That was embarrassing.
mean? You gotta do
But
better.
guess what? Now I know what to do. I have more knowledge on, how to improve. That's what matters.
Mic drop. Sorry.
Yeah. I mean, this microphone's getting too heavy,
I told you to take it off, but you don't be listening.
It's okay. Anyways, I feel like we've been talking too much about this conversation.
I know. I think we gotta work better on our podcast going. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
when we switch
I like
conversations, it's just rough.
I mean, rough for the viewer, but honestly, this is what we be
all right.
conversation about.
Next.
All right, next topic.
It's not a smooth
This is why you
transition.
guys need us. Leave us, please, comments what we should talk about.
Hey,
Because
give us ideas, bro. We don't know what the fuck we're
we're
doing.
not that creative, but hey,
This is our first
we're good
one,
at
bro.
talking about it, though.
We could talk about it if you.
We can talk about anything, I mean,
all right. I'm a
what should we talk
professional
about?
debater. All right, I can debate about anything. Debate me right now, bro.
Is the moon landing fake?
Nah, can't be fake.
Why isn't it?
So you think it's fake?
No, I'm just arguing to debate. I might agree with you, but I'll still debate you.
Oh, okay. Nah, it's not fake because it's all real. I mean, what proves that's wrong? I mean, why would they fake the moon landing?
Just simply because many people have said that, hey, it's just CGI, it's fake. They just wanted to show off. Going to the moon is fucking crazy, right? Because we went 50 years. It only took 50 years from the first airplane to land on the moon.
That's 50 years?
50 years. Right? And we haven't gone back. We haven't advanced since then.
Isn't it because they were trying to go to Mars? Bro, they be going to Mars. That's way further than the moon.
No, that's not true. We've never gone to Mars.
So you're saying Mars landing is fake too?
There's no Mars landing.
But with a robot.
Sure. I mean, that's a robot, right? But it's not humans like the moon. Like, the moon was crazy because humans, we could have walked on the moon.
Okay.
We could have walked on the moon, bro. We can't go to Mars yet. I mean, that's what Elon Musk.
Yeah, so you do believe in the moon landing?
Yeah, I think I do believe in the moon landing. But I'm still trying to debate you, you know what I'm saying?
No, yeah.
Right? And, well, you got to think about it because it would make sense if they faked it because the United States was just trying to prove to the whole world that we're better.
In what way?
We went to the moon.
Okay.
It was during the Cold War, right? The Cold War. The space race between Russia and the United States.
Okay, but like proving that you could land on the moon, how does that make you better? What advantage do you have?
That's fucking amazing if you land on the moon, bro. That's beautiful. That's a miracle.
War perspective, right? What advantage does it have?
War perspective. We get closer to Mars. One day Earth is.
How is that going to win you the war?
By surviving.
So you're just going to go to a whole new planet to avoid the war.
Yeah, dude, Earth is going to end one day.
100%.
Right? We have to be I don't know what the word is. What is it? Multi-planetary or something like that?
I don't know.
But we basically have to move, as humans, right? We have to progress. We can't end,
we'll
right?
be the ones to move, though.
Huh?
I don't think we'll be the ones to move.
No, not in our lifetime, man. That's unfortunate. I think within our lifetimes, you're 20, you can relate to this. I think within our 20, not our 20s, within our lifetime, we're going to end up in Mars. Right? Maybe not us, but humans. We're going to see it, though. That's the point. We're going to see it.
You're saying we're going to see the first moon Mars landing?
100%. 100%. We're getting so close to it. We have Starship. Elon Musk is doing crazy things with SpaceX.
How long ago was it that we landed on the moon?
We first landed on the moon in 1969.
69?
So
that's almost like 70 years ago.
Over 50 years, actually.
69, you said, right?
1969. So it'd be like 54.
1970. Let's say 1970. It's like 54 years. 55 years.
Nah, I think it's a little bit less, but yeah, it's around there, so it's fine. But
so hold on.
50 years before was the first airplane, so keep that in mind.
That's what I'm saying. So you're saying from the first airplane to going to Mars, to the moon, we haven't been able to figure out how to travel to the Mars?
Correct.
So what is slacking? Is it the fuel problem? What's going on?
What's slacking, well, not to get too political again, but Congress hasn't funded NASA in a good minute.
So you're saying it's just a funding problem?
That too, and the fact that Mars is tricky, right? Because it has no oxygen. Not that the moon had oxygen, but Mars is really fucking far as fuck. So,
Does Mars have a moon?
yeah. Don't quote me on that, but I think it is. But what makes Mars tricky is, let's say the speed of light, right? It would take 20 minutes to get to Mars at the speed of light, right? So if you send a text message here, it would take 20 minutes back.
Okay.
That's if it was at our closest point, though.
That's
Sometimes
crazy.
Mars
Speed
is
of light?
yeah, that's
Damn.
that far.
Damn.
So, but Mars is not always close to Earth, right? We orbit, right, in different directions.
So sometimes it's closer.
Sometimes it takes 40 minutes to receive that text message. So you're waiting on a reply for over an hour.
Damn.
It's fucking crazy.
Bitches ain't shit, bro.
So that's the hard thing about Mars, right? We have to come up with a way how to make the humans survive for. I don't know. I think it takes 6 months to get to Mars, 6 to 9 months.
So basically, you need to learn how to survive for a year.
Yeah, while traveling into space and then getting to Mars, right? You have to survive on Mars. There's nothing there. It's just rocks, sand.
Damn. Plus another 6 months for the travel back. So it's over a year.
That's if you could find a way back. How do you? There's no space launch there. There's nothing there. It's crazy, right? There's nothing there.
Okay.
It's like the Adam and Eve, right?
So how did they get back from the moon?
From the moon, so they basically launched themselves back. So
Exactly.
They landed on the moon, their capsule, right, their vehicle, and then it did a little poof. And there's no gravity on the moon, right? So as soon as a little bit of pressure, it pulls them up. Then, bam, they're in space. They light their engines, go back to Earth.
How do they know when to turn on the engine?
I think I'm right. I'm not sure. Huh?
I was gonna say. So. Yeah, I was gonna say, how do they launch back?
Everything's math. They calculate it.
But let's say it doesn't go to your calculations. You know what I mean?
It has to.
That's the thing. What if it doesn't?
Depends where it goes wrong, you know. But it has to. Math is math, right? If you get your math wrong, then that's.
Hey, that's some crazy ass math.
If you get your math right, then there's a 100% guarantee.
I want to figure out math.
You can. I think you can.
That's crazy as math, bro.
It's crazy.
Predicting how the rocket is gonna go and like where it's gonna go after it jumps off in
I feel
space
like that's
with
easy,
no
though.
gravity.
I feel like it's easy because everything in space is constant, right?
Think about it like this,
constant.
If you had a place with no gravity, right? How do you know if you're gonna go left, right, or straight?
Based on how you fucking jumped off, or
No. Let's say the fucking. So he's on the moon, right? It's a flat surface level. Let's see, he goes up, right? Where in the rocket is it built to go left, right, straight, middle? You know
it doesn't. It has boosters, or not boosters.
There you go.
It has holes on its side to control itself.
So you're saying that each thruster acts individually.
Thrusters.
Okay. They act individually according to what?
According to the data that we provided, you know, this is the rate of gravity.
Well, hold up, but think about it like this. You're in the moon, right?
Yeah, you're in the moon.
How do you calculate going back to Earth?
It's already been calculated by the engineers at NASA. They know the orbit. They know the speed that you need to be slingshotted.
But do
back
they
to
know?
Earth.
Think about it like this.
They do.
If it's the first time being in the moon, how do they know how the non-gravitational force is going to go?
Because it's always constant. Gravity doesn't change.
No.
We learned this in high school.
Let's
Gravity is
look.
9.8 meters per second, I believe.
Hold on.
Evidensky from Urupe.
What if it's like this? All right, let's say your math was perfect. I mean, but you're unlucky. You know what I mean? We're humans.
You can't be unlucky, though.
Hold on. And
It's impossible to be unlucky.
thruster
Your argument is already invalid.
goes like this. Or like this.
Oh, the thruster fucks up?
Yo, what if it fucks up a little bit, but not too much?
There's still a possibility, right? Because if it's not too much, then you're probably gonna come back. You know, it's at the same rate. It's just slightly off. But no, I get you. So that's why everything has to work.
Okay, but how are they going to calculate how the rocket's going to launch? For example, in today's launch spaceships, right? They have like a long ass tower, right? For real?
No,
Am I stupid?
I mean they have that bridge, right? I think you're talking about a bridge, right?
Damn, I think I'm stupid.
Just to get the astronauts on board. But no, they just launched, right? They launched from their platform, which is tied to the ground. And,
So how do you land that motherfucker?
Elon Musk is crazy, dude. NASA couldn't do it, and they're the government. But Elon Musk, private person, did it.
He did it,
Elon Musk did it.
but he hasn't been to the moon.
No, we're not talking about them. We're talking about rockets landing.
But did he flew a dog, right, to space?
No, he flew his own car to space. His own Tesla is still in space today.
I was gonna say, how the fuck that dog get back?
So it's not true though, because it's not true because actually did happen. I think
the
Russia,
dog went to fucking.
Yeah, I think the Soviet Union launched a dog into space.
Damn, that dog died up
I
there.
think a monkey too. I'm not sure about that one, but the dog made it back, and the monkey I think made it back too.
How did they make it back?
They programmed the spacecraft to come back, I guess.
How?
They sent it commands to perform this at this time.
I don't believe it.
Turn on your thrusters. I mean, you can search it up, right?
Well,
You can
fact
search
check
it
them,
up.
guys.
You can
Fact
search
check
it up.
them.
Yeah, I mean, when you're editing this, just put on the facts.
Nah, search it up,
Because
guys.
I know I'm right.
I need the comments down below to see if it's right or not. All right, so comment down below if it's right or not.
I mean, another crazy thing now that we're talking about space, what if nothing existed? Nothing, not the universe, not you, not even God. What if nothing existed?
How would that be though?
That's
How
what-
would you explain the stars? How would you explain the space? How would you explain moon and night? You know what I mean? How day and light? You know what I mean? I mean day
Well,
and
that's
night.
slightly easier because it all started with the Big Bang, right?
Okay, explain that.
Started with the Big Bang and God.
There you go. So there is a space. You already confirmed that with the Big Bang. All right. So you already confirmed
But
space.
before the Big Bang, there was nothing.
All right, but we're in the Big Bang.
But I'm trying to make you think about before that.
Well, yeah. Obviously, there's nothing.
There's nothing.
All right.
That's incomprehensible, don't you think?
Well, obviously, and that's why we believe in a God. You know what I mean? Or that's why we believe in a higher power, because we can't explain the unexplainable, so we need a reason to explain it. And the only reason that could happen would be because of a higher power.
God.
God. There you go. You know what I mean? So that I feel like that's the main reason why we believe in God. Is because it's like none of this could happen for no reason.
Because there's always a creator, and that creator is always above us, right? Because he made
Exactly.
us. So, I mean, my whole life I've been through a Catholic school.
What if God is many gods? What if there's more than one God? Hold on.
Why? No, it doesn't make sense. Why would we need... God is God. You know what God means? The definition of God is that you're him.
No, hold on. Hear me out.
You're him. If there's multiple gods...
Think about it like this. We created this MacBook. Not us, but a human did.
A human said because of God, right? We have
Right.
proper resources.
Right? Okay, what if God had other gods that are with him and we're one of his projects? I mean, and the other gods had different projects, and that's where you create the multiverse too. Because the other gods create their own universe. And we're just a fucking product. Like a fucking school project or some shit.
So, who created all those gods?
Damn, higher power than God?
There's always some higher.
That's crazy. Imagine that shit. Imagine something higher than God. That's crazy.
God. That would be the definition of God.
But then what would create
Then God. But then that would mean that person is God because there's only one creator and that's God. I don't know if that makes any sense at all, but point is, there's only one God. There can't be multiple.
Damn, that's confusing.
It's confusing, and that's why religion does exist. God does exist. I mean, I look at atheists, and I'm confused, right? Because if many people change their actions every day just because of God, then he must exist because he's already done a difference.
Doesn't mean anything though, because for example, let's say fucking gas prices go from $4 to $2. You're not gonna call Joe Biden God.
No, I'm not. Why would I call him God though? I know why it happened. Logical reasons. It happened because of this or this and this, not because of God. Yeah, sure, he gave us the opportunity for it to happen like that.
So what
But-
what are some things that God has done recently that you feel like is justifiable?
Just everything what he's done is justifiable.
Oh, well, yeah, 100%. But I'm talking about like let's say before Moses type shit.
Before anyone, I guess.
Before
Well,
anyone.
like Adam and Eve.
Nah,
That's an interesting topic, Adam and Eve.
Adam and Eve is the one that started everything, though.
Yeah. Do you think that's why we see a lot of evil in today's world? Because he ate the apple?
Nah.
What if happened Eve never did? Because God said, do not eat from the apple.
I mean, I feel like Adam just let Satan into the world. You know what I mean?
So is that why we lived in an evil world? Because Satan's present in our evil world?
Yeah,
Is this hell right now?
No,
Are we getting punished right now by trying to work?
I feel like this is a test. You know what I mean? And this test is showing us, okay, would we rather go and, be with the devil and do what the devil wants? Or would we rather choose what God wants us to do? You know what I mean? Would we rather do that? And at the end of our life, that gets decided. You know what I mean? Based off of how we live, what we do, what we say, how we act, and all that shit. You know what I mean?
Right.
So,
Right.
I don't know. I feel like this is a test. The world that we live in is a test. And eventually we're going to find out the results of our test.
I think no matter where we're at, we're always going to be at a test. God is always watching, man.
100%. And don't forget, I don't know, this is just me being religious, you know what I mean? But God is always
Right.
forgiving, you know what I mean? And, don't get me wrong, you should always live your best life.
But
In the sense of God's version, you know what I mean? Don't be over here being, killing people and shit.
No, as long you're a gift from God, right? As long as you appreciate that, right? Because God is good and He give you everything, so be appreciative.
Hold up. Now that I think about it, though, think about it like this. Are we all created by God?
Yeah, God made everything.
But we're not all the same, right?
Yeah, and we're all different.
Okay.
We're all imperfect too.
I was about to say, if we're all the same and we're all supposedly spiritually equal or some shit like that, I was about to say that can't be true because
that's why we have free will, bro. Because we choose who we are.
All right, I fuck with that.
God gave us free will.
See,
people.
So, I don't understand these serial killers.
Well, sorry to cut you off real quick, but people always ask.
What?
In today's world, why is so much evil is happening? If there was a God, none of this would be happening. Not even the war in Israel or in Ukraine, right?
Okay.
So God doesn't exist, but God gave us free will, right? We
I
as
feel
humans make our own decisions. He gave us that freedom. He could have kept us, right? Brainwashed. Not brainwashed, but controlled. He gives free will.
I don't know what to say to that. I ain't gonna lie. You know what I mean?
It's true. It's true. I think that's why evil happens, because he gives us free will, and we choose our own destinations, and we're choosing this right now, and that's why this world is going more deeper into hell.
I feel like God knows we're not gonna go to heaven.
He knows everything, though.
You know what I mean? For example,
he already decided. God already decided who's going to go to heaven, bro.
Think about it like this, though.
No.
He's giving you a chance.
He already knows what he decided.
Right now is our chance, right?
He knows what we decided, though.
Think about it like this, though. Think about it like this. He's still giving us a chance, and we know that, right? It's like you said, free will. We decide if we want that or not, And a lot of people, throughout time, I had this one guy explain it to me, if God showed himself, if God was real and he showed himself every year, let's say it was some big event every year or some shit. Eventually people would get bored. Eventually people would take that shit as normal. You know what I mean? Eventually people would be like, it's God.
No, I disagree, because I feel like God doesn't provide boringness. Once you know who God is, you will always choose him.
Think about it like this. As humans, if we see something regularly, it becomes less interesting. For example, Christmas when you're
As
older.
humans, but in
Hold on,
heaven
hold
we're
on.
not going to be humans.
Let me give you an example though. As a kid, when you're like, in Christmas and shit, you're way more excited than what you are now as an adult. Could you agree?
Yes, but I feel like that would change if I was the one giving the gifts.
See, that would change, but reality is that as you get older, the repeated things become less interesting. You know what I mean? So let's say even if you were able to get the gifts, you know what I mean? Let's say you were the gift giver, you know what I mean? After the second, third, fourth year, at the fifth year, you would already get tired of that shit. You already get tired of gift giving.
I
And
don't
you can
think
say
so.
no. You can say no right now. Trust me, you can say no right now. But it's for anything. You know what I mean? Like, what's your favorite food? You know what I mean? Like, what's your favorite food? Let's say your favorite food. What's your favorite food?
Alright, I mean, at the moment,
It doesn't matter what your favorite food is. Point is that if you ate that every single day for the rest of your life, you'd get tired within the second week. You know what I mean? You wouldn't want that for the rest of your life after the second week because it's repeated.
could be right, but dude,
No, trust me.
tacos every day would.
Eat
go
tacos
hard.
every day for 2 weeks of your life. Trust me, your thoughts on tacos will change. You will never want to eat tacos again. You know what I mean? It doesn't. This is what I'm saying. It doesn't matter what it is.
Nah.
If it's repeated enough times, you'll get bored of it. You won't find it as satisfying. You know what I mean? And I honestly, I fell in love with this quote from this one guy. He said if God came in and showed himself every year, or if he showed himself some way to us every year, we would get bored and we wouldn't really be believing in him no more. You know what I mean? And the part of believing is faith. You know what I mean? And you gotta have faith that it's real. You know what I mean?
Trust.
You gotta trust that it's real. You gotta trust that what you believe in is real and not
Right.
just something fake.
That's true. That's, credit where credit's due.
Thank you. But you know what I mean? Like, I'm just saying, like, I don't know. I feel like religion. I don't know where I was going with it, but that's what I was saying. You know what I mean?
No, I mean, I agree. I mean, it's crazy. Many people do not think religiously, and that's fine, right? You're entitled to whatever you want to believe in.
100%.
But I just can't fathom it because, us being alive is a miracle. Right?
Exactly.
One more inch of that asteroid that killed the dinosaurs, it would have missed Earth. And Earth would be, populated by dinosaurs, not humans, you never know.
Do you believe that dinosaurs were fully extinct when that meteor hit? I don't believe that.
It's hard to believe because that one meteor killed the whole world.
If it could, but also think this: there is and I don't want to get into conspiracy theories, guys. All right, but there is a conspiracy theory where it says that the whole world. You know how there's like different continents and all that.
Right.
It says that the whole world was one whole huge continent.
So
it was
they were all
together.
attached.
Exactly.
Right? So one open land.
Which would make sense because let's say that meteor did crash and hit the fucking middle of that one land and it spread of the whole fucking thing. Like a glass breaking. You know what I mean? How if you fucking shatter a glass, it's not just gonna be a straight line. It's gonna be everywhere. You know what I mean? So that could explain the fucking continents and all that shit and all that separation and shit. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, there's some people out there that have supposedly put the map together and like how it was originally was as one continent. But
I mean do you know why earthquakes occur, right? Because the land's not always moving, but the land moves.
There you go. That's another good point.
So you're saying that from that meteor, we're still experiencing that effect. We're still cracking.
Nah.
We're still cracking.
We're not cracking no more. I mean,
so this is our final form, the land. You don't think the land is going to change?
It could change.
Earthquakes are still happening.
But guess what? It's not a meteor earthquake. You know what I mean? That earthquake caused by the meteor, let's say that shit crashed, right? You know how much that shit, like, let's say that big meteor, right, that crashed into the earth. Guess the force that's coming in, guess the big impact that's hitting on it. You think it's going to do a small little shake? You know what I mean? Nah, it's gonna be like the worst earthquake
Keep
in
in mind,
the
bro,
world.
it's traveling at hundreds of miles an hour.
That's
thousands of miles an hour.
There you go. And how big
Possibly
is
millions.
it? How big is it?
Yeah, I'm not sure. We could search it up, but I think
It's big.
I don't want to
You know what I mean? It's big, and for example,
miles in diameter.
something like that
I don't
hitting
know.
the Earth at full speed. You think it's not gonna shake up the whole world? Where it's gonna
100%.
cause like way worse big earthquakes than what we've
I mean,
ever
that's why the
lived.
dinosaurs were extinct, because as soon as that rock hit, man, water was flying.
Bro, tsunamis everywhere.
Tsunamis.
Think about it like this. I feel like the whole world was covered in water for a few days. Damn. I think that's where the whole Noah
Not just that,
fucking story comes in, bro. Because think about it like this. Let's say the water
That's a
did
good point.
crash in. He got everybody in. And when that tsunami, big ass tsunami, because, you know, how much of Earth is water? You know what I mean? There's more
74 or 73%.
There's more water than Earth. You know what I mean? So what is it to say that when that tsunami, that meteor came, a big ass tsunami around the whole world didn't happen. The Earth was shaking because obviously it's fucking force coming into it. Same force, same reaction. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So what is it to say there's no big tsunami, big cracks on the Earth, big elimination?
More
you know what I mean?
earthquakes of the result.
There you go. You know what I mean? Because it makes the core unbalanced. You know what I mean? It breaks up the core and all that. But basically, what is it to say that that's not what happened? You know what I mean? Damn. So the extinction of the dinosaurs could have been when Noah was alive.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we've been talking for a while, and it's gone for I don't know how long, just because we did do cuts. But basically, this podcast is about, you know, me and Kevin. You know, we've been knowing each other for what, kindergarten?
Kindergarten. So we decided to do a podcast. You know what I mean? We said, hey, yo,
almost 20 years. Almost 20 years. Not there yet, but 20 years is a long time.
And honestly, we don't want to make this podcast about our business or anything like that. We all work in the same business. We're both real estate agents. We both work in Denver. Right. We both work around the Denver 100%. Area, metro area. So we don't want to make it about the real estate industry. If anything, if you guys do need any help with the real estate industry process, whether it's
absolutely reach out,
buying or selling, you know what I mean, reach out 100%.
And then if you're interesting enough of a person, then we'll let you on the podcast, and then bam.
He said only if you're valuable, all right? So if you're not fucking valuable...
You know what I mean.
Nah.
Hey, look, right? This is not about real estate. I like doing this because I've always been wanting, you know, as a kid, I've always, you know, watched YouTubers. You know, I've always wanted to be like them. And, you know, podcast is one of those subjects that, you know, that YouTubers do.
And look, what better age to start than 21? You know what I mean? Yes, a lot of people going to judge you. Yes, a lot of people going to say things. But guess what? That shit ain't going to matter in a year. So
it won't matter just because the people that are talking shit are only talking shit because they're not on the same level as you.
Yeah, and keep in mind that in a year from now, we're not gonna look different. We're gonna look real different. Keep in mind that we're gonna be playing grinding and shit. You know, so.
Grinding, and I would love for all of you guys to be part of this journey because it's gonna be a crazy ass journey. I mean, we already got kicked out by cops, and who knows what's gonna happen in the future, right? You know, we're two people trying to just make it, right? You know, it's just like everybody else. And if you want to stick with us, you know, we would love to hear about your guys' journey in the comments down below, so that would be pretty cool.
And we're here to show that anybody can make it, all right? If we could do it, you guys could do it.
Everyone has potential. Everyone has potential, right? And why people don't always reach their potential is because they just don't try. And so we're always going to encourage trying, right?
100%. I mean, it's not worth it unless you try, you know, and trying isn't, you know, for a week.
No one's coming to save you. You're
exactly.
on your own. Do you want to live a certain life? That's up to you.
Nobody's got your back more than you.
And, you know, that's what we're trying to do. So if you want to be part of this process, you know, roll with us, we would greatly appreciate it, you know, because it's not easy. I wouldn't say it's easy.
Yo, yeah, this is hard. I mean, even though it's a podcast and all that, I mean, even editing this podcast, I know it's going to be a little struggle. So if anything, I mean, we hope you guys enjoy this content and really want more of this content.
And if we're doing it, you can do it.
Yup. And comment down below what you guys want to talk about and future topics you want
Yeah.
us to, you know what I mean, talk about and give our opinions about, you know. So we're really open about that, and we really want to see everybody, you know,
Yeah.
come along this journey with us. So.
I mean, we don't have official podcast names, but hey, it's you and I.
Hold up.
Make it clap.
Hey, look, this might be our first podcast, but ain't gonna be our last. All right, just
And-
know that the first ain't the best,
Yeah.
and we're gonna get better.
And that's part of life, right? Your first try is not always going to be good. You know, you have to fail in order to succeed.
And this is proof right here. You know what I mean? This video right here ain't gonna be our top video, but we accept that, know that, and know that the people who are watching this right now actually care about what we're talking about, what we're doing, and are actually here for the growth.
It's
You know what
about
I mean?
starting, man. Just start.
100%. And if you made it this far,
If you did make it this far, because I'm sure this conversation was boring. Boring. But if you did, you know, I appreciate you guys. You know, it's always going to get better from here. So, if you guys want to learn, you know, stick with us.
100%. So, if anything, comment down below what you guys want us to talk about, and if anything, share your thoughts, comments about this video.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Share your ideas for this podcast title, I guess. You know, we really don't have a title for this podcast yet. But
Right now, the title is gonna be whatever you're reading it as. So.
yeah, I mean, we're talking about random stuff, right? And eventually we'll start moving on to more specific topics. We're still trying to figure that out, so.
100%. So thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed, and if you guys did enjoy, drop a sub, like, and comment on this video. So I'll see you guys till next time.
We'll see you later.